It's time to receive a new year. And you know what that means? It's actually time to reflect around our strategy to grow the business, our strategy to market our brands, and our strategies to actually live our lives with more intentionality. I'm Jessica Campos with marketingforgreatness.com. And I always say, I call myself the recovered attorney that turned herself into a forensic digital marketer. And I love helping entrepreneurs and marketing teams to build their brands and monetize it. I always say that. And this year, I actually step up into a new role as a leader of our amazing digital marketing agency here in Austin. So I'll be talking about the realm of online marketing. What do we see as far as trends? What have we read from the platforms themselves that can lead us to really craft nothing but the best 2022 online marketing strategy? So let's roll. I'm going to be sharing my screen. The first thing I want to share with you, it's actually how amazing it is that we have seen platforms like Instagram, which is Facebook, now Meta, putting together full guidelines to really tell us what is that they're expecting from us. So if you are not aware of where those guidelines are, actually, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the reports that we got from Instagram. And when I say we, I mean the marketing community. Okay. So as marketers, one of the task that we have is to really recap the year, to analyze what worked, what didn't work. We have been doing that here for our clients. And the second duty that we have around the new year is to renew and refresh the online marketing strategy. Since we provide a full service digital marketing services, right? We provide, a variety of services across the online marketing world. I'm here to discuss with you, what do we see? How can you treat the channels? In particular, I know many of you love Instagram, so I want to be dedicating more time into this channel. And so, yes, the first thing is I'm super excited because we have seen from platforms that they have taken the time to really listen to their metrics and to really put a voice on those metrics and let us know, hey, listen, this is what we see that works. This is what we want. And they actually took the time to interview their influencers. And I think this is amazing that they put together a trends report. I have actually kind of like demystified this information, because when you are not a marketer, this report might not really mean a lot, or might not really have a lot of pointers as of how can you craft your online marketing strategy for 2022. But actually, it has a lot of information that I will say, I don't want to give you any FOMO, okay? I don't want you to think, oh my God, I'm gonna be missing something if I don't study this information. No, we're here to really help you digest that information, all right? So one of the great things I love to do is actually teaching, and in the lieu of teaching and doing the best I can, I actually have a presentation for you, because I feel like it's going to help us keeping on task, right? Like when I'm sharing with you my thoughts, I don't go all over the place. So obviously this deck is going to be available for you for downloading. So I'm going to be asking that if you watch this video and if you want the full scope of what are we seeing that is going to be working for 2022, subscribe, and we will be sending that to you on your email, so you don't have to rush into even watching the whole video now, because we know how it is, right? We have other things to do. So let's just dive in. 2022 Instagram trends, and how can you craft your Instagram strategy in 2022? And like I said before, I want to be touching on Instagram, but as an online marketing expert, I want to be also touching on the general aspects of what you need to pay attention to really build your visibility in 2022. Okay. So for those of you who don't know me, like I said, I'm Jessica Campos. I'm the founder of Marketing for Greatness. We're a full service digital marketing agency in Austin, Texas. The accent, el acento fue en Puerto Rico. Okay, so I'm going to say that right away. I might mess up some of the words, and that's where you're like, what is she saying? So I promise you, I'm going to be speaking slowly. I'm going to make sure that we get the message across in a way that you can take action, which is one of the most fundamental aspects of when you have the chance of consuming content. A lot of people listen to content, listen to podcasts, but basically they don't take action. So I want you not only to listen, but also to really take the notes, to take action. This is the kind of information that you'll get, and you really will appreciate that you're not paying for this, right? So take action while this is available to you. So a couple of roles that I have here in the agency, and like I said before, this year I took a much bigger role. I stepped into investing in our headquarters, hiring people for our team, amplifying our services, and really solidifying our company. We took a partnership on, and it's been a great journey. And that partnership has allowed me to even see more things from the online marketing world, because when I transitioned from being a lawyer to becoming a marketer, my experience was working directly with consumers. And I built brands, I built personal brands, I built millions of dollars and generated millions of dollars in revenue, mostly from the aspect of personal brand and social media. And now working with my team, they come with an experience working with enterprise level accounts. And that core work as a big agency is there, and it has allowed me to kind of like solidify my knowledge and my experience from working with consumers, now working in enterprise. And I can tell you, there are many things that we can see in common, and especially the terms that are into the online marketing world. So it doesn't really matter how big you are as a company. I think that for marketers and for CEOs and leaders, they really need to pay attention to where are the trends, and how can they really close the gap between where they are, where they want to be, and where their consumers are. Okay, so which is fascinating to me. It's really great to see where we're heading as I would say society, and how we are digesting the online marketing world. And again, one of the roles I have in my agency is certainly being able to implement and apply concepts in the online marketing world, such as email marketing, content marketing, SEO, social media, video. I mean, when you are an online marketing expert, that means that you actually understand those individual areas in a level of proficiency more than 8, 9, or 10, right? So not only I take care of some of the accounts here, but I kind of watch the overall online marketing strategy for our clients. The other thing I do, which I love, is actually paying attention to the management of a brand. And we see very often businesses that probably they didn't see themselves as a brand when they started, but now they want to be a brand. One example I have, an auto body shop. This year we took on board, and their main goal, and they told us exactly these words, which was fascinating to me. They said, we are an auto body shop in a small town in Texas, and we want to be a brand. We want to be able to have residual income, passive income with the same efforts that we're, generating now, but now, becoming a brand. I think that was fascinating. And, again, it's a word that not every business owner has adopted. And the same word goes, the same kind of like concept goes with the content creator. I think that now we have seen how content creation, it's actually a serious role. And I do that for clients. And we started that this year. It's been amazing to strategize when it comes to creating content that means a lot for you, and also that means a lot for your potential audience so that you can see sales. So I also work in that content strategy role, and I love it. The other thing I do is a forensic marketing role, which is basically in the analyzing and reporting with data, and really putting my hat of being a really big into curiosity. And I feel like sometimes you need that intuition to really activate your curiosity and know when something is not adding up. And guess what, you don't have to be an expert to sense when something is not adding up, which is why I'm so happy that even if you don't consider yourself an expert in marketing, your intuition is taking you here to really get some chance of getting kind of at least a grasp of what is it that is happening in the online marketing world, and what are we expecting in this new year. Okay, so first thing is I feel like in the marketing world, we can't ignore what's happening outside. Okay, yes, we are behind computers. I think at this point everybody is zoom out. Everybody wants to not even see the lens and the cameras anymore. But I feel that certainly that's something that we need to do more, which is getting in touch with what's happening in the world so that we can generate the ideas and we can implement and pivot. Okay, so in the pivoting aspect, what I reflect upon what's happening now, I feel like 2020 was the year of the pivot. We were caught by surprise, and many teams were in reactive mode. I feel like they just needed to respond to what was happening. And I feel like a lot of the work was remediation work. And also, I don't think that they ended 2020 feeling that 2021 was going to be the same. And because of that, there were a lot of activity that was done in 2020 just in case, or maybe in preparation for, or just in the meantime. And I feel that 2021 has been the year to end the meantime. We are living in the meantime, okay? And this meantime means the time. And I feel that 2022, it's going to be the year where we are all living in the unknown, okay? There's a lot of information that we don't know. And I feel like this year we stepped into that, and the companies and the brands and the businesses, it doesn't matter how you call yourself, or the leaders, the thought leaders that see themselves as a voice that is in constant evolution, that is open to revamp and re-engineer, and then keep that going no matter what happens outside, and kind of like go parallel with that. I feel like they're gonna be winning. I feel like it's so important to be to keep the reality in check, so that we make better decisions, right? So how can we practically adopt an approach when it comes to 2022 and understanding what's happening, for example, in your pricing, right? Like, you need to understand that when you're setting up new prices for 2022, you cannot ignore what our economy is going through. The other thing that we can see over and over is how your consumer wants to consume your content. Very often we just put ourselves in a position of content creators, but we avoid or we ignore the content consumption aspect. So we're seeing more of that, and I'm going to be talking more about that in the upcoming slides. So the first thing that you will do when it comes to generating your strategy, again, whether it's in regards of Instagram marketing or your online marketing in general, is actually, I'm going to be recommending to start with your qualitative or qualitative goals, because a lot of times we actually love the numbers and love especially seeing our banking accounts growing. However, there will be decisions that you have to make as a leader, that those decisions, I would say, money is not the only thing, okay? And one of the things that I'm going to advise you It's actually to be more intentional into how do you feel about your business? How do you feel that you are when it comes to, creating and implementing the projects to grow your brand? So important, because now that you have seen how you actually ended a full year, you are fresh into that information. So for instance, if you feel by now that you are just putting too much on your plate, don't ignore that. Okay. It's so important that that we really pay attention to our feelings and we honor that so we don't burn out. Okay. The second aspect of your strategy when it comes to your qualitative goals is your level of influence. Is so important. We always hear that we are the result of the top 5 people that we actually spend time the most, right? So can you analyze where your influence is at right now? And if you're not at a place where you feel like you have a good circle of influence, maybe that's going to be part of the goals that you want to set up for 2022. The other part is your level of fulfillment. Hello, ladies, especially, if you're a mother. I'm a mom of 4, and the mom guilt is real. Okay. This is something that we need to address as CEOs, as business owners. I feel like, yes, you can have a lot of money in your banking account, but if you are, if you're not really satisfied with how the quality in your family, is going, then there's something that needs to be addressed there, right? So yes, evaluate where you are now, honor your feelings, honor, what it is that you feel like you need to change, pay attention to the influence, make decisions on how can you grow that influence, because at the end of the day, all of that is going to influence or impact the way that you live. I feel like it really doesn't matter if I was here asking you and this was a room full of hundreds of business owners, I feel like we will find a common denominator. I don't feel like people are opening a business to have a horrible life. I feel like people start a business because they want to have a better life. And we need to pay attention to that. And we cannot ignore that that's our goal. And how can we implement systems to make sure that you're actually making that happen? Second component of our strategy is the quantitative goals, los goals que tienen que ver con los números, right? So what matters when it comes to your online marketing strategy? Please, please, please be sure that you're tracking your brand by how many people are visiting your website and what action are they taking. This is an overall goal that you should have for every channel. And I'm not just talking about Instagram here. I'm talking about, your email marketing. How much traffic are you generating from that? If you were blogging this year, how much traffic did you generate from your blogging? Be sure that you have a way to track your efforts so that you can see where exactly is the ROI from your online marketing efforts. Okay. Also put goals, based on the leads, conversion percentages, and this is going to be helping you to have a more, I would say, holistic approach to your online marketing efforts. Okay. Yes. And your revenue as well. So the things that I actually hear, I will say we're kind of like in the middle of this presentation. I want to share with you 5 things that are going to be needed to strategize 2022 and to win in 2022. Okay. Number 1, if you have not done it, I feel like you need to do that. Pay attention to what is the definition that you give to your brand purpose. If you and I were having a conversation right now, and I will ask you, hey, can you just tell me in 1 sentence, what's your brand purpose? If you cannot answer that in 1 sentence, you will need to work on that. Okay. It's so important that you can articulate what you stand for, why do you stand up for that, and you are going to be able to communicate that with your audience. So important these days. I feel like now more than ever, consumers want to associate themselves with brands that represent them, that represent their why, that they can relate to that mission that they have in life. Whether they use those words or not, you as a brand owner, you are responsible for keeping in check that particular purpose that you have when you first open your business. And obviously that purpose can evolve, and that purpose can take you to different journeys and things like that. So probably they have during the last 2 years. If that's your case, updating that brand purpose is going to be super, super, super important. Number 2, user-centered. Users win, not brands. And we have seen this not just now in 2022. User-centered approach has been actually the north for many online marketing strategies. Gone are the days when you would just create a product based on what you wanted. I would say it's quite the opposite, especially if you are a coach, if you want to generate revenue from the informational economy. Definitely you want to, write a book or create a course or sell your information. Please, please, please pay attention to your users. I feel like I have seen a lot of cases of entrepreneurs that they're super smart. They want to put their content out there. They're really on point with that goal. But what they miss is that before your content comes your audience, and you cannot avoid that. When you create content, knowing that your audience wants that, you are going to find yourself in a much better position. And that might mean that this year, maybe you're not ready to, start creating the content, the paid content. Maybe you start with the content that will be free, that will be helping you to build that audience. So pay attention to your users. So, so, so important. Number 3, intent, okay? What those people want when they're navigating, what people want when they're interacting with you on social media, especially for Instagram, okay? I feel like Instagram brings a lot of overwhelm to entrepreneurs. And I feel that if that's you, if you feel overwhelmed by social media, by Instagram, it's because you probably are missing giving that channel a purpose, and you're missing that meaning, and you're missing that strategic approach. And now, one of the things I want to do is giving you a couple of options that you can adopt as your approach, and maybe this can help you with your overwhelm. Of course, you and I should be having a conversation so we can see exactly where you are and we can help you drafting the map. But right now in this video, let me just show you a couple of options that you have to really remove and reduce that overwhelm. Number 1, you can take a look at your Instagram and you can take the approach and see it as your outlet. Some people, especially that came from the trends report from Instagram, they were saying that the best way for them to actually remove themselves from the content that they were creating and feel the joy around creating content was to see the channel as an outlet where they actually express and communicate in the best way possible with their people. So maybe if you are actually, maybe losing weight, and that can be your outlet to spend some time connecting with people instead of spending the time eating more calories, just to give you one example. So some people use it as an outlet, and other people just really build Instagram, really considering that is going to be a platform for them. And what a platform means, if you take it literally, a platform means that it's going to be your stage. That is the place where you're going to build from there. What do you want to build? Obviously, you want to build a brand, but the brand in this particular context, it's going to be what people will think about you when you are not looking at them. So when you are thinking about that meaning, then your role with Instagram is going to be a role that it will entail more responsibilities from you, because it's not just an outlet that you're taking it casually. It's going to be your platform, which in my personal opinion, I would not recommend to use social media as your base, your main platform, because you don't own it. I feel like the best platform that you can pick is your website, because you own it. Okay. And if there's anything that can happen, then you can always have your backup, and you can just, come back in a matter of hours. Okay. But it's not the case with social media platforms, which is, one of the red flags there. Okay. Other people see their channels as just a spot. And here is where we can see, especially like the larger organizations, that they don't quite have that integration with their voice and their people. They just see the social media channel as a place where they just have to be, but they don't really pay too much attention. And listen, that is okay. The most important thing that you need to do now is really honor what is going to be your intent and just do it, right? The other element to succeed in 2022 with Instagram and online marketing, it's actually embracing your content creation role. And here's one thing where I have to say, when we say create more content, we don't say that you are the only person that can create content. Okay. So for instance, here at the agency, we offer services where we can actually help you create content. You can, in fact, leverage your time and leverage somebody else's time and somebody else's voice to create content. Okay, so yes, you're going to be embracing that role, so that what you can do is to do the things that bring the most joy. For example, I love this opportunity to create this class and create this video and share with you. I love it. I love it. Now, will I be the one doing the post-production and doing all these things? No, we're leveraging the team. And you can use this as an example and do the same, right? Work in the things that bring you joy, because those are going to be the ways to actually build more, because you're not going to feel burnout or uncomfortable or unpleased with the things that you're doing. And I know that you have heard that you should be playing from the outside of your comfort zone, but when it comes to creating content, you really need to be I would say realistic. Okay. Then tracking your return on investment, so important. We should not go months and months and months without knowing exactly where our content is at, how many leads we are generating from that content. We actually use here the all-in-one platform called Kartra, that has been amazing, because we can track exactly the ROI from each of the channels where we're putting content. And I highly recommend that you do something like that. So the other thing, and this is my last tip to embrace online marketing in 2022, when you're crafting your strategy, is to really understand the following. Okay. Online marketing requires that you have a fast pace. There will be moments when you have to react and you have to put together campaigns in a whim. Let me tell you one example. Peloton, their team has been amazing at responding really quickly to a PR crash that they had with the show Sex and the City. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google what happened to Peloton in Sex and the City, and you'll find the marketing team did an amazing job at putting together pieces of content to actually help with the brand reputation when everything was just collapsing. So that's an example of why we really need to be a team that it's really not about, I only do social media and I cannot do this, or I only do this, I cannot do that. No, that doesn't really work anymore. You really need multi-talented team members. So if you are actually a solopreneur and you have been hiring freelancers, we advise you to actually consider having the senior level freelancers, because those are going to be able to help you with much more things. And you have to usually and typically give them the least amount of instructions. And that pays a lot at the end of the day. The other thing is lean on data to make your decisions. If you have messy numbers, messy analytics, you're going to be making messy decisions. And I feel that this is something that we keep seeing for many years now, where Facebook has an amazing insights platform. And I know that they did some changes this year, but in overall, between Facebook and Google, you have free tools to measure the impact of your online marketing efforts. So there's no excuse to not know. If you didn't know, how did you perform this year? Then how are you going to grow what you cannot see? So if you cannot see today, that means that this new year, you really have to put the goal of tracking and fixing your way of tracking so you can have clean numbers at the end of 2022. Then lean on your intuition to keep your curiosity open. So many people were reluctant to accept TikTok, for example, and TikTok has been amazing. If you're looking, for example, to advertise, that is a green area over there. So another platform that has been ignored, and I feel personally I'm guilty of that, LinkedIn videos are actually performing really, really good. So if you have not done that, now that there's a new year, there's going to be an opportunity for you to embrace something like that. Again, lean on your intuition to keep your curiosity open. And with that, my friends, I can say that it's almost a recap. If there's something that I will be taking as my biggest takeaway to end 2021 is that getting followers should not be your only goal. Yes, you do want to grow your audience. You want to grow your platform, especially if that's what you are here to do, right? Like if you are a brand that you want to use social media as your platform, definitely you want to be growing that audience, but it should not be your only goal now that we are opening a new year. And then lastly, I want to invite you to connect with us. If you watch this video until the end, that means that the information that we have been sharing, it's kind of like sounding like music to your ears. I would love to have a conversation with you. Definitely want to be sending more information coming to your email. And one rule I have, I hate wasting your time. So that means that we will only share information that we feel is relevant, that will be helping you to grow, that will help you to optimize your life. And traditionally, we actually don't even have like monthly campaigns where we sell things or put deals or anything like that. You'll be seeing it's a very soft approach that we have because we're lucky to be in a place where our clients come mostly from referrals and word of mouth. But you will see also that we occasionally launch some promotions that will actually, give you a lot of incentives if you are subscribed to our email list. So I look forward to hearing from your success, hearing about you, getting to know your business. And most importantly, I look forward to build a strong relationship and a strong connection with you. So let me know what questions you have, and bye for now. Let me stop sharing this. Bye.